Hello, and welcome back to the stream. Last stream, we did the ARR quests for Dragoon and Ninja, and I keep forgetting that they take like an hour and a half instead of like 30 minutes. It feels like 30 minutes near the beginning because you're just cracking them out like they're nothing. Because usually it's just go to a place, do a thing, come back, and then once you get to like the level 40 stuff, that's when the huge giant cutscenes that are like 10 minutes start playing. That's when those really start to come into force. But anyway, today I believe we fight Ramu. Not 100% sure. Might be Ramu, might be the Crystal Braves. Gonna find out in a bit, right? But yeah, that's what's gonna be happening today. Eat. So we go to the game scene, pause, bring up the game systems, and pump that sound. Yeah. For those wondering why I do it like this, it's so that I can move around during the starting soon when this is up. When this is up, so the game doesn't kick me out for inactivity, and I don't want you guys hearing the background music while that's happening around. Well, that's happening. Okay, Alfino, what's going on? I've heard that you were wounded.
You must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's the riot. That's what we're
Ulda,
dealing
on the
with.
other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
That's not good.
Ulda is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Uldan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity?
Nothing!
Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Uldan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight.
Well, yeah, succor costs us 1,000 MP, don't you know? It's not a cheap spell.
This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Money! A desperate time. So, what happened is that, that one Lalafell that wears green, decided to stoke the flames of the angriness of the refugees while the immortal flames were away. Got it. Desperate times. Alfino wishes to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions with the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. You will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Roban has to say about the matter. Okay, then. All flames away! Do-do-do-do. Up, skip, jump, Roban. Now is not a good time, brother. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alfino, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your Cherugians. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remained throughout Thanos. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Uldan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. Would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. What of those who have not spent and what of those who have not even a single guild to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well, my point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. Events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Till it is done, any investigation can wait. I don't have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning in on. Whee! Bye, Raban. General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Yeah. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, brother. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. Excuse me, to that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. You may balk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Sure, let's go. Let's do the thing. Hey, Swift. You look as though you have something to say, brother. Do you? Yes, I do. What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. Able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. May be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. Okay. Analan. We can teleport there. Oops. Ooh. Come on, bird. Amelberga? What brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that. That merchant who passed through recently, gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. I'd say I was sad to see him go. Leofric? A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest idea what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka, he will explain everything. Okay, where is Zazawaka? Zazawaka! There you are. That is low blow. Zazawaka. Ah! Don't hurt me! I'm not one of them! Wait, I know your face. Are you not the man from the Church of Saint Adama Landama? 1,000 pardons, my friend. I mistook you for one of those thugs who have been tormenting us. If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ah! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now, he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. As I can make a little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that merchantman will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. Okay. Terrified refugee. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here, with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Soothe! Yo! Calm down. Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true, I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. Split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing. Then fighting. Then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh, gosh, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Money! Shh. Shock and awe. The terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than to listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A box and all bloody sellswords. He was supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Oh, if they were forced to confront reality. That's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Maybe. Possibly. I wouldn't bet on it. Whee! But who knows? Maybe you're right, good sir. Desperate refugee. How you doing? 7 hells! They found us! Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point! That's your game, is it? Ha ha ha! Sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill ye ourselves! Oh, armed refugee. Yeah, about that. Do-do-do-do. Ha-ha! You won't stop us. You can't stop us. I just did. Oh, a challenge. It's been too long. Meddlesome wretch. Woo. Do-do-do. I did the thing. You beat him like it was nothing. Oh, almighty, what are we gonna do now? We're gonna do nothing. Whee! Do-do-do-do-do-do. That's... I did the thing. You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? The merchant wasn't there. Huh? Where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. Funny. Reap the Whirlwind. The terrified refugee would have you find the shady figure who's trying to stir dissent among his brethren. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Okay, sure, Mr. Terrified Refugee. Whee! Me and my super cool Dragoon armor. Ah. It looks neat. Whee! tender ballerina. The cactus monster. Fantastic. L? How you doing, L? Huey? Sniffle, have you seen my parents? No. No, I have not. Have you seen a merchant? Told me to stay here with the others. Sniffle, they said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. I left with the man from Ulda. The man said they were gonna change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? Yes, I'm looking for a merchant. Looking for someone stirring up trouble. You mean, man who left with my parents? I don't know where he... Huh? What? Hey, look, over there. I think that's him. Uh-huh. Oh, now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Wait a minute. You! Run away! He's getting away! Go get him, mister! Okay. Come on, bird. Run him down! Whee! Mistrustful merchant. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Because I know your tricks, merchant man. Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous! Or is it? Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ulda? Ah! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None! I have the words of a bunch of refugees. No! I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. I think I do. For the sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a Kikurin's arse about politics. It was business. Only business. Looking around. Looking around some more. Looking at me. Realizes he can't get out of this. We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Sure, okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah, about that. What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Okay. Whee! This is bad news, bears. Stone torch. Old adventurer, I would know about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. Sure, this is what happened. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Maybe we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Okay. Report to the Hall of the Flames. Report to Swift at the Hall of Flames. Oi! Sir Panda. Stick. Ooh. Swift? What news, brother? Where's the merchant? He's dead. Murdered? Damn it all to the seventh hell! He was not simply murdered, brother. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Money! Revolution. Swift has a message for you from General Roban. The Flame General left word that you were there, that you are to proceed to the fragrant chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alfino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray, proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Okay. Making my way there. If they're not, Chamber of Rule. Speed boost. Running. Bartholomew? We've been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. Okay, money. Oh, hey, Alfino. How you doing? Didn't see you there. Water bottle.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room.
Okay.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters.
Well, that's not good.
It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji? But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Because not everything is how it appears, Alfino, my boy.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill?
Nope.
It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill, a shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
Evil!
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Money?
Omega.
Or that too.
Pardon?
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
Oh, jeez.
If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats, given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation. Destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh my goodness, the plot thickens! The plot is huge! It's absolutely gargantuan! Stories we tell, recent revelations weigh heavily on Alfino's mind. Oh, really? I should be glad to know the truth, and yet, the thought that all of this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would appear in our best interests to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the Scion best suited to this task, Lieutenant Creed. Do take a moment to visit the Ader's Nest and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Okay. Begone, whelp! This is no place for children! What's going on? Oh, it's that little girl again. Sniffle, sob, I'm sorry. What's going on? Hey. It's you again. Hi, Sniffle. I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. Sob. You know this girl? Yeah, she helped me track down the merchant man. So he visited Stone's Throw as well. I see. Did you find the man? My parents with him? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Yeah, sure. Of course, but first I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Perhaps you could wait for me by that pillar over there. We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. See you later, child. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Modi will know what to do. Hi. A legion of Garleans and aether-starved primal. And dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Menfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources. And ourselves. Perhaps the time has come for a change. Really now, Alfino, I wonder what type of change. Brother! This is Menfilia. I know this is sudden, but I ask you return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelveswood has taken a turn for the worse. I'll explain in detail once you arrive. It's Remo! See you later, Alfino. Don't do anything stupid. The Twelveswood, then the primal threat she spoke of before, has been confirmed. I've received no reports of Ixali activity, which means... the Sylphs? Go, brother. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrived, you informed the Antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Okay, Alfino. If you say so. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Ah, Mordona. Revenant's Toll away! Ew. E. Rising Stones. Enter the Rising Stones. Been tasked with helping out in the kitchen. Once they have grown accustomed to my duties, I hope to treat our close to traditional Doman cuisine. Adventurer bends not to authority, but lives and acts according to his own beliefs. He is the master of his own destiny. Okay, they're repeating stuff. Enter the Solar. Yes. Why there has to be an additional loading screen, I will never understand. Serpent Herald. I come I am come on behalf of the Elder Seedseer to petition the aid of your order. The Antecedent has been apprised of the situation. Oh, really now? What is it? This is a relief to see you healthy and hale, brother. The latest news from Uldao was most disturbing. Nah. Alfino was fine. Clearly, the only injury Alfino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Money! Lord of Levin! Manfilia wishes to discuss the latest threat to arise in the Black Shroud. Is Ramu! Comes with lightning and an awesome beard! Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business, then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Aider. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the Primal Ramu. I'm sorry, may have? Then it is not certain. Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlins, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unless his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. We're not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements. Oh, were we not, Whips? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon. You foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it. I told Papalymo. I suppose I could have reported things to Manfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramu once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orion stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Yida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. Uno momento, por favor. I have returned. With some snacks. Chocolate-covered raisins, and I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. It is like that the sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. Yeah. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Brother! Through your dealings with the sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? From who could be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. For such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can let us continue this discussion anon. You must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramuh's presence. The Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, brother. Pray, report to Commander Helio at the Ader's Nest as soon as you are able. Okay. Steel yourself for the worst. Well, I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter. Experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Oh, okay. You know, I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see us talking to a primal, and the primal's like, you know what, you make a good point, peace. And then they just leave of their own volition. That'd be cool. I have no idea if it's gonna happen or not. Probably not, but it could. Who knows? Next, Lieutenant Creed, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal has ever caused for alarm and unease. While my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the Lotus Stand. Okay, hang on. There's some people in here that I need to yell at them to go train. Oh, what's up? Neat. Train some more. Axe. Oh. Water bottle. Hey. Silent conjurer, let me in, please. The other scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Yes, please. Very much. Ishtola, what do you think of all this? I'm most curious to hear how the Elder Seedseer means to treat with Lord Ramu. The Sylphs have sent their own representative. There can be no doubt, then. It is said that once Ramu passes judgment, his wrath is implacable. It would be best to conclude this discussion ere Gridania and its people are placed upon his scales. Whatever the Elder Seedseer is planning, I want you to know that I'll be right there by your side, and I'm sure Yashola won't be far behind. If she does think everything's mankind's fault. Oh, hello, Walking One. It is good to see a friend of Elder One. Connie Sena.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty.
Thanks. Get to the point, please.
I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest.
With his magnificent beard.
Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin.
Makes sense.
Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands.
Yeah, where else would he be summoned?
Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
That's literally my job, lady.
The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities.
Water bottle.
Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
I don't know, let me think about it. Okay, I thought about it. Yeah, I'll do it. Yay, the Sylph is happy.
You have my thanks.
Yay.
Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin.
Okay.
An ill wind blows through the forest.
Ah, it's not that bad.
Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Would the spirits bless me business? No! Unless, of course, you invest in some crypto. Bird! Go! Serpent Lieutenant. Lieutenant Creed, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Ramu himself. An unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I've been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Money! Levin and impression. I hate this. Water bottle. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will... I do not imagine it will be much longer. Filth. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and have wisely identified the precise location where the Touched Ones summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Excuse me, might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow Scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please, please come with this one. Whee! Quest accepted. Go, bird, go. I'm so glad they added flying to base ARR. Because otherwise I'd have to run through all of this. But now I can just fly. Maxio. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for Touched Ones. Whee! Okay. And by proceed carefully, you mean just fly in a straight line, right? Because it seems to be working. There you are. Hang on 1 minute. I have returned. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like Touched Ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, Walking One. Thanks, Maxio. Bird. Whee! Oh, how you doing, Y'shtola? Oh, okay. Ow. Power! The power to jump! Damn it. Son of Okay, now can I talk to them? Don't ask. Suffice it to say that we had something of a situation here. Ah, there you are. It is you, isn't it? So, Thancred is Thancred, Papalimo is Papalimo, Yashola is Yashola, and you are you, right? Well, that's easy enough to remember. This one's name is Yida, in case Walking One was wondering. Joke! I'm joking! Papalimo. So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph-tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. Should have seen the look on Yashtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. Ahem. My apologies, it's not like me to ramble, so... At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and am pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetherite. Come, brother, the Lord of Levin awaits! Also, Urion J is gonna be here too, and he's just like, yo, I heard about the Lord of Levin, and I'm like a super fan. And I wanted to see him. I wanted his autograph. You seen that beard? That's a nice beard. Ooh, cutscene! Hello? How you doing? Ah! Ah! Fly away!
Thine order betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Ooh. Okay. Big man. Big man with a bigger beard. He looks cool, though.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
Correct.
I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
We've came to parlay.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult.
Oh, okay.
Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Here. See?
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon thy wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal.
shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Oh, nice.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
A striking tree. Hey, Urianger, how you
Urianger.
doing?
It is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
He's a fan!
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Just say you want a picture. It's okay. We understand, Urianger. The striking tree hard! Ah! Oh, bye, bird. Oh, hey, bird. The striking tree. 10 minutes. Oh. Wait a minute. Let me see the thing. Yeah, I thought so. I had a feeling that's what was gonna happen. Oh, I love being a healer. And now we wait. Hello, everyone. No, there's no water. I know with extreme, there's water and you're not supposed to stand in the water for a specific attack, but... 1, okay. Alright, let's do this. Thunderstorm. No idea what's going on, but sure. Oof. Oh. Chaotic Severance. Error. Don't worry, I got you, guy. You're good. Oh, my dot fell off. Oops. Ooh. Prove thy words are more than empty banter by killing enemies. Oops. Yo. The music's good, though. Oh, here you go, guy. There you go. Thunderbolt. Oh. And we're good. Fantastic. Sid. Thou shalt decide thy fate. Cast thou weather mine ire. Yeah. Rolling thunder. Everyone have a shield. My dot fell off again, of course. My judgment is nigh to me, mine arbiters. Nah, how about you don't? How about we just keep this between? No, okay. Oh, see you later. Oh, you're good. Get everyone topped up. Ow. GG's. GG's, everyone. See you later, Ramu. You were a cool fight, even though I had no idea what was going on, but your music is baller. Oh, okay, no accommodations for me. Or from me, anyway. Oh! Yeah, that's what I like to fucking see.
Bringer of light.
Oh, hello, Mr. Floating Orb.
And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine.
Is that what primals actually look like? They're just weird floaty ball things.
Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Got it, it's all riding on my shoulders. See you later.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
How you doing, Urianger?
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians.
Oh, do tell,
But
Urianger.
let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Of course you're gonna keep your secrets, Magic Man. But fine. Report to the Serpent Lieutenant at a Little Solace. Okay. Well, Ramu is one of my more favorite fights. It's Titan, then Ramu. Shiva and Leviathan are lowest, and Ifrit and Garuda are kind of tied for the middle. Lieutenant Creed, you have returned. Dare I ask? Bleh, do I ask how Ramu received your visit? And if you noticed, the way I rank them is solely based off of their music. Oblivion is just not my cup of tea. I don't like Shiva's theme. I just don't. It's too much whiplash for me, right? Ifrit's theme is just like the same 3 notes over and over again. Garuda's is cool, but I like electric guitar. I like rock. I like metal, so it's cool. Ramu's theme is just very pretty. I like it. It sounds nice to my ears. Titan, come on. Under the Weight is amazing. I don't care what anyone... Best theme that base RR has. ARR has. I don't want to hear it. The only thing that might beat it is when you're derping around in an Imperial setting and that cool like Imperial music's playing when you're like trying to like break through the Imperial area and that music plays. You know, that music, that one's cool as well. Leviathan's just awful. I hate Leviathans, it's so bad. Lieutenant Creed, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? He ordered me to fight him and I killed him. He challenged you to a test of arms? It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the Force Champion of Peace. Excuse me, you have performed a monumental duty this day, Lieutenant Creed. The Elder Seats here must be informed of your deeds at once. Hang on, that's experience. Okay, can you do all that again? Yeah, nice. What little gods are made of. The Serpent Lieutenant is ready to send you on your way. Excuse me, the Elder Seats will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Hooray, return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Standby Bird. The Conjurer at Nofika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Lieutenant Creed. Eat. Return. Aethernet. Conjurer's Guild away. Silent Conjurer. Welcome back, Honored Scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Seaseer awaits you within. Okay.
you are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
So he wanted to kill all of humanity, but I show him my purple gummy worm, and then he
Ramuh
changed
made
his mind.
trial of you. I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
So,
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
who knows? Happily-ma. Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, brother? I'd hope Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. Oh, stretch. Big stretch. Huge stretch. Stretching is good for you, don't you know? And it seems that Urian J, too, was pleased with the outcome. Say you, brother, shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of this day? Sure. No, that's the Black Child. I want to go to Mordona. Wee, Reverend's Toll. See you later. Enter the Rising Stones. Whoops. Wrong button. Posen. The children are quick to take to Eorzean ways, but I cannot claim the same flexibility. Kataru. Take care, brother. I look forward to hearing all about your adventures when you return. The layman duty calls. Well, no matter the task, I have faith you will see it through to the end. Eerie, I tried substituting native ingredients several times, but the result was but a pale imitation of authentic Doman cuisine. Oh, yeah, I know how that works. Hey, Mr. Brother, what's a Ramuh? Is it cute and fluffy like a horse bird? It's fluffy. Coltino. Mayhap one day we shall accompany you into the field, but for now we must see to less glamorous duties. Speaking with Master Coltino has opened my eyes to a great many things. I had no idea the world outside Domo was so strange and wonderful. Worried about leaving us alone? Don't be! While the Archons are away, Hoary Boulder will keep the little ones safe. Mr. Brother, is it true you're going to go adventuring again? I'm so jealous. I know, it's amazing. Especially now that I have super spiky armor. And it's blue! It's blue spiky armor and it shines. It looks cool. To the Solar, enter the Solar. Oh, I'm gonna get knocked off. I'm gonna get knocked off the edge of Titan, aren't I? I'm gonna become a lol DRG, I can already feel it. Welcome back, brother. What if your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you? I would fain share news of my own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Okay. What do you got for us, Urianger? And all of the other scones of the 7th breakfast, apparently.
If everyone is ready, let us begin.
Yeah, history lesson.
Urianger, the floor is yours.
What breakthrough have you made?
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
How convenient that it is inconvenient.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
Okay.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence.
And you got all of this from watching me fight Ramu. Why couldn't you get this from me from fighting from Ifrit, or Titan, or Garuda, or Leviathan? Why specifically Ramu?
In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension.
Okay.
The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
Oh, that's not good.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Yay! Aether Class 101.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm.
Okay.
In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
Cool. So, reincarnation, basically. Except not quite.
As the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
So the souls aren't exactly reused as they are recycled. Okay.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape.
Ifrit looks so fucking cool in this game.
Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
No one's ever gonna forget about that, Thancred. You almost killed all of us.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
They die.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
Everything's gonna
I
be
shall,
alright.
Archon. Thank you.
See you later, Urion J. Meet you in the waking sands when I finally kill Garuda. Ooh! New place! The Lord Lord of Levin is returned to the ether, as was Leviathan before him. Yeah. Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. Yeah. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, World, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man, idle and servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. Yeah. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. Only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Yeah. Curse you, He-Man! I did the thing. Okay, now what's going on? Guardian of Eorzea. Yo! Materia! Ophelia has some correspondence she wishes to share with you. Now the matter of Ramu has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, brother. What is this? It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Gruder, Good King, Moggle the 12th, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Excuse me, needless to say, there is one among our number to have faced them all. Though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I, too, must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, brother, and Eorzea is that much and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you must be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people. Excuse me to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Sylphs of Little Solace, who wish not of conflict. Of Alisay, who strives to unearth the terrible secrets of the Calamity. And then there is Sid in the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alag, that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians. And combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming and descendant. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Yo, how you doing, Alfino? Alfino! I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention. It never did! There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. It is to report such that I stand before you now. To speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from Ella. Ahem. You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Well, that's good. Why, Alvino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. That's not funny. Brother, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. May I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Sure. Might as well. Turn around, run! Leave the Solar? Yes, I would like to leave the Solar. Whee! I will be a ninja because he's Doman, and it'll be like, whoa! Oh, hey, everyone's new stuff. With the Doman younglings dashing around hither and yon, there's hardly a moment of peace to be had. That said, traveling with Yida, it's not as if I knew much peace to begin with. Storm has passed, and a moment's quietude is ours. Tartaru is using her newfound time to further her studies, and I would follow her example. If living in Eorzea has taught us anything at all, it's that such restful moments are fleeting. Dark clouds of stir anew on the horizon. Layman, I do not know where we would be without Higiri. The girl has worked tirelessly for us every day since her arrival. You suppose all Doman women are so diligent? I told Philemon all about our adventures in the Southlands, fake Thancred and all. Won't tell the real Thancred, will you? Maybe. Maybe not. Nowhere. Despite all the hardships they have faced, the younglings pursue their training with great zeal. The older ones would do well to follow their example. Brother! Care to watch lessons before you journey on your way? I dare say your presence would go far to inspire the younglings. Repetition and routine begets skill. Skill begets confidence. I would do what I can to see the Domans regain their strength of will. Done. Many of my countrymen have found work as frontier hands, helping to transport supplies and continue the expansion of Revenant's Toll. I've been tasked with keeping the equipment here in good repair. It's not particularly glamorous work, but I would help in whatever way I can. 137, 138, 130... Oh, hello there. I've been charged with keeping inventory. Philemon tells me it's vitally important. Here, I seem to have lost count. Thancred, never is a woman more lovely than when she's hard at work, I say. A wild rose, strong and beautiful, blooming tall in the face of the frozen winds. Okay, Thancred. Doo-doo-doo. What do the younglings have to say? Yozan's been Yozen's always been the strongest of us, but even he's no match for Koharu when she's mad. Roka, if I were as big as a mountain and strong as a bear like Mr. Boulder is, maybe I would like fighting more. Koharu, are you taking a rest too? Promise you'll play with us again soon. That game of hide and seek in Vesper Bay was the most fun I've had in forever. Yozen? Look, it's Mr. Brother! He's back from his adventures. Yes, I am. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Excuse me, anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh? You think you could train us, Mr. Brother? Maybe you could show us how you fight the primals. What's all this commotion, then? Hey, how you doing, Mr. Boulder and Mr. Cotonou? Did you know that Mr. Brother is back? Yes, we did. So it would seem. Welcome home, brother. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Cotonou. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. Ugh, I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. We were just asking Mr. Brother if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordoma are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Brother? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Ori, if I didn't know you better, I do, I'd say you are merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, mayhaps I am, but what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson. What say you, brother? Would you consent to spar with me? You're on! Let's do this! Hooray! We're to have a tournament! Come on, everyone, we must prepare our gear for an outing! Whee! Neat. Do try not to disappoint them. Hey, have faith, Cotonou. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fiends to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Speak with Yozen. Check. Meet Hoary Broder to the east of Revenant's Toll. Okay. Leave the stones, yes. Oh, whoops. Whee! Crystal Tower. Oh, damn, that thing's actually really far off. Oh, whoops. Since becoming a scion, I have had much opportunity to hear news of your epic deeds. Must confess, then, that my excitement rivals that of the children's at the prospect of seeing you in action firsthand. Listen, Mr. Brother is here. Let the battle begin. Koharu? As we left the Rising Stones, Mr. Thancred asked us where we were going. I told him we were off to watch you and Mr. Boulder fight, and he looked very surprised. I hope we haven't made him cross. Roka? Is sparring dangerous? I don't think I want to see anyone else being hurt. Chiyun? We had a master of lessons back in Doma, and the way he taught us was very different from Mr. Boulder. I'm not sure which way is better, but I think I like them both. Alright, let's do this. It was good of you to rid of this, brother. I trust you're ready to begin. Yes, I am. Prepare to get your ass served to you on a silver platter. story beat fight that requires me to beat it? Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Ahem. Ori, are you certain you wish to fight him alone? That is brother you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without brother to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Yes, of course. Hello? You haven't begun yet, have you? Huh? What? Oh. Oh no. Fuck. Yida, who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yeah, so there is still more to come. When I mentioned brother's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, Bringer of Light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder! Yes, I can. I will. We shall soon see. On your guard. Ah. Bop, 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 bop. Whips. Ah. Aye, the children have the right of it. Ooh! It's time I joined the fray. On your feet, Ori! For to know the cultured, and you're gone. And I win. Oh no, he looks hurt. Mr. Brother is so strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Can't disappoint the younglings. Roar! Boop, 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 ba-da-doop. Never have I faced such strength, but the lesson must continue. The lesson is over. This is your example I follow. Surrender not to the implacable foe. Woo! And you're gone. I win because I'm a ninja. Hell yeah! I wonder if they noticed that I felt like a ninja, or not. You have bested me. Huff, I yield. Yeah, you're damn right you yield. Gasp! That was incredible. He beat them both at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, brother. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I've much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Yay! Victory! It is mine! None of the Domans were like, yo, you fight like a ninja. Oh, that's cool. Impressive as always, brother. It was ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. You recall when we first met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartano. Actually, it was on a carriage. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. Initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. Thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were not for a desire to continue Grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nation's too self-involved and unstable. It was you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. It was you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery. That's what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, often infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. He never put such feelings into words. I believe Grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I, too, will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea, champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Okay, Alfino, my boy. My man. My main man. In rogue experience, yay! Bird! Woo! And with that is the end of the stream! Oh! Amazing! Who could have seen that coming? Because we did the thing a while ago. We defeated Ramu. That was the whole point of this stream. Ah! I hope you enjoyed your time I hope you enjoyed your time in this stream. If you did, continue doing the viewer things. Follow, share, check out my Twitch panels. And I will see you next time. Bye.